Dreams do come true, and sometimes our nightmares can be blessings in disguise. I'm living proof that your nightmares can save your life. My name is Kathleen O'Keefe Canavas. I'm a 3-time breast cancer survivor, and my intuition and physician within saved my life. My story is interesting and inspiring to many, but I am certain that it's not uncommon. My journey began one fall day following a recurring nightmare that turned out to be a prophetic dream. It was the very first time that an experience, a message in a dream, helped save my life, and I soon learned that when I paid attention to it closely, it wouldn't be the last. My doctor and I were very close, and I had gone in for my yearly checkup, mammogram, blood test, regular physical. And he told me I was healthy and to go home. And that night I had a nightmare. And in the nightmare, my guides came into my dream. I saw a monk, and he was dressed like a Franciscan monk with the brown hooded robe, the rope belt, and the little leather sandals. And he stepped through my dream, and he said, "Come with me, we have something to tell you." He said, "You have breast cancer." And there were a couple of other monks standing in there as well. And they said, "You have breast cancer, it's right here." And they took my hand and they put it on my breast. And they said, "This is where it is. Can you feel it?" And I said, "Yes." They said, "You go back to your doctor tomorrow and you tell him that you need additional testing." It was at this moment that the importance of my inner spirituality and intuition in my survival and healing became as clear to me as life and death itself. 5 years had passed, almost to the day, and after extensive treatment, chemotherapy, and tests, my doctors were confident that my cancer was gone. It was a message I was so glad to get, but was soon overshadowed with doubt by a strong premonition, an experience that I couldn't ignore. It was another prophetic nightmare. We were all standing in the examining room, and it was dark, and the wall was backlit with my mammograms, and my tests had all been healthy. And the doctor said, "You're healthy, Mrs. Canavas. Go home. Congratulations. You've hit the 5-year mark." And my guide orbed into the room and said, "Tell the doctor to look here." And he pointed at the mammogram. And I said to the doctor, "What about right over here?" And he said, "There's nothing there, Mrs. Canavas. You're healthy. Go home." And I immediately knew I needed an MRI, that everything wasn't good. The doctors agreed reluctantly and scheduled another MRI 4 months later. After the MRI was complete, the test results revealed the presence of stage 4 cancer in my other breast, and the urgent rush of another treatment protocol sounded like a fire alarm as we began the process of trying to save my life once again. I think there comes a point where hospital policy, protocol, medical science stops, and that's where God comes in. God, spirituality, intuition. It's at this point that a patient can no longer fall through the cracks. Our intuition is so important. We are born with it. It's a part of us, and we need to use it in order to keep ourselves safe and healthy. It was the determined attitude and relentless pursuit to check and validate that made the difference. Thanks to my guides who told me not to take no for an answer, I am alive today. In these past years, I took the time to share my experience in my book, and I speak to individuals and groups about my journey of understanding inner spirituality, intuition, and its importance in my survival and healing process. It's time to stop ignoring ourselves and discover our inner voices. I believe we are all born with spirit guides or guardian angels, call them what you will. By searching within ourselves through dreams, meditation, or prayer, we will find our own set of answers to any challenge or questions. Remember, we are never alone.